All right, I think I'm live. Oh, I look so bad. I look terrible. Holy shit. I look like crap. That's what I get for being in the hospital, huh? Wait till some people come in. I'll just shoot some shit. Until then, shoot the shit. I haven't seen them in a long time. Well, not around a lot much anymore. So let's see if this will go out. I don't even know if this is going to go out to people. But, oh, look, there's 3 people. Ah, hello, 3 people. Welcome. I wanted to talk about what happened today. Hey, Ramblin' Roma, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Carla. I saw you in Nerdettes today. I'm like, there's Carla. Hey, Nika. Good to. Oh my God, look at everybody coming in. I'm like, no one's gonna come in. No one's gonna do anything. Hippy dippy, what's up? You know, when you see me on YouTube this much, I must be in the hospital. Bored out of my mind. Bored out of my mind. How am I feeling? I still hurt really bad. The reason why I'm still here is because they have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it is. And it's like rock hard in the middle of my stomach, and it hurts to push on it. And we need to try to figure out what the hell this thing is. So, what did I think of the trial today? I thought it was good. I thought Johnny did a great job. I mean, especially when you're playing the audio tapes, like those are the ones I keep talking about. Like those audio, there's several that exists, and the audio tape about her. I wasn't punching you. I was slapping you, or you weren't punched, babe. Everything you hear is about her hitting him or her going after him. Now, I'm going to find it very interesting once we start calling her people like Elon Musk and James Franco. And the thing with James Franco is he's not liked right now by a lot of people. Neither is Elon, but I don't get that whole thing why everybody hates Elon Musk. Somebody who keeps screaming, do you hear that? I think it's a baby, but we're not in pediatrics, so that would be weird, I think. Anywho, oh, and I'm sitting here, a code red comes up in here. Code red, code red. I always look it up Google. It's code red. There's a fire. There was a fire at the entrance somehow today. Um, Fire engines were coming and everything like that. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. Hi, Joy Lang. That article they signed to get divorced as both were abused. Her people put that in. Her people put that in. Um, and a lot of the things that I mean, look, they keep going on, oh, hearsay, oh, hearsay. A lot of what they did shit behind his back. And he even said that. They did shit behind his back that they didn't even know about. Like, and think about it. Here's them trying to prosecute this guy who gave this woman and all of her friends a place to live. Okay? Free. He wasn't charging anybody. And he wasn't around. And everybody's talking about how he wants to leave. Even she talks about how he wants to leave and that she doesn't like it because she wanted him to fight back. She wanted to say, yes, I'm abused. So she didn't get that. And this is what I feel. She didn't get that. So she had to move on with the story in another way and didn't care. You know, she's just going to lie. And that's all she's been doing from the beginning. And ooh, I really hated the lawyer who got up in the last 20 minutes. What was his name? Um, oh God, what was his name? It was really funny. Like it's like a really ridiculous name. Um, something like like Mr. Rollbone or Born, something Born. I listened to the audio. She did it. She punched him. Everybody talks about how manic she is and how she's, people are like afraid of her. And someone said her mother passed away. I don't know the deal with her mom, but there's a a video of her mom going, "Yes, Amber's my daughter." And she's walking, and Amber says out loud to her mother, "I said, don't make eye contact." It's this, like, she does. She thinks she's entitled. She thinks she's on top of the world. She thinks that everybody else is mere peons besides her. Thank you, Joy Lang. Rottenborn. That's right. Like really, I would probably change my last name, especially in a court of law. If you are like a shady defense lawyer, I'd change my name to something else. Smith might be better. But well, you're right. And the fact of the matter is she is doing whatever she can to put the blame on her. Why? Because everything all came out. But guess what? A lot of people don't know about what came out online, and the things that have happened since then. Don't mind me, I'm just drinking some ginger ale, and I put a little bit of grape juice in it. She's and today I'm like, is she going for the oh God, what are their names, those I wouldn't say Amish isn't right. Hey, Gemma, welcome, honey. How are you? I think it was Let Go by Disney. Yes, without a doubt, because of the allegations, Disney let him go. And because of what happened in London, Warner Brothers let him go. But yet, here's a signature. Here is, what are they called? What are they called? Those things online. Ugh, my brain doesn't work when I'm in the hospital. I'm super sorry. Um, when they Anyway, they put the thing out where they wanted people to get signatures to get her kicked off of the movie of Aquaman 2. So I had signed that. I know a bunch of people who signed that to get her off. She's got over 2 million signatures on that, but yet it's okay with Warner Brothers. They don't care. They kept her, but I don't believe they're going to ever put that out though. Petition, yes, but there's a freaking site, and that I can't remember the name of it. Uh, the talk of the accountants applied how much her and her friends actually, they lived there. They did everything. Any mess that they made, they did it. You know, what have you done? Well, I have a lump in my stomach, unfortunately. And the lump in my stomach, nobody knows what it is. So I have had this in my stomach now for 2 weeks. For about 2 weeks. But I didn't want to say anything. So my husband got mad, and he's like, "You need to call the doctor." So they didn't think anything was wrong because when I got my CAT scan, they were just like, "Oh, we don't see anything on the CAT scan." Okay, but what about the lump in my stomach? Next thing you know, I got like a team of GI people going, "Yeah, we need to take more tests because we don't know what the hell's going on," and neither do I. So that's what's going on here. Um, Listen to that. I think that's the helicopter. Pretty sure. Yes, he said the money disappeared from his account. Yes, because she had access. She spent all his money all the time. Absolutely, she spent all his money. Oh, thank you, Rambling Room. I appreciate that. You know, I would rather something happen right now because I've got more events coming up. So I'm kind of in a lull for like a weekend till the first weekend in May. Actually, I'm lying. First weekend in May is my daughter's play, and then the weekend before that is my friend's bachelorette. Didn't expect to go to her bachelorette, but if I can, I'd be a happy camper. I really would. Have them do a CAT scan for cancer. They did. They did a CAT scan already. The CAT scan can't they don't see anything, but you can physically see it, you can physically feel it, and it physically hurts. So I thought it was my stomach, and I thought it was the gastroparesis hardening my stomach, but no, they don't know what it is. So they're keeping me here to make sure it's nothing extremely. It's very strange, Ramblin' Room. Very, very strange. Yes, indeed. And I'm pissed. It's like this is the week that I would want to be like freaking streaming this on my channel, and I can't. Nika, I cannot have an MRI due to the fact that I have a stimulator on my stomach and a stimulator on my spine. I am unable to get MRIs because of the metal and because I also have my L4, my L5, and my S1 fused. So there's that. But I'm doing this like I'm bored out of my rocker over here. But I've been watching the trial all day. Doctors are coming in and out. That's when I have to turn things off and on. But I was watching it on Nerdette's channel. I like her channel. Oh, hi, Lisa V. Hi, Ginger. Glad you're posting. We're praying your courage attitude keeps us informed and love and Johnny. Thank you. I look, this is something I have to deal with for the rest of my life. And I get that. This is something I'm gonna have to deal with the rest of my life. I get that. I'll tell you what though, like this place has the once you get past the ER in this place, yeah, me too, Joy Lang. Same. Actually, mine's doubly fused because one actually popped out during like the time where I'm supposed to be like straight and stuff. So yeah, he had to go back in and redo it, and it wound up taking him like it was weird because when I woke up, I knew exactly like I was out for hours. Um, I said to them, I said, what happened? And they're like, we decided that we could go through your tissue and not have to recut stuff again, which was wonderful. But I was under for like I think like 9 hours. It was pretty crazy. Um, so yeah, sad about Midwestern Mary. What about Midwestern Mary? I don't even know. I don't even know. I've been so involved with this whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard. Somebody would like to tell me. Russ Set was fined 100. Oh, wasn't she young? Like, like, wasn't she like in her 40s? Whoa. Oh, man. No, I didn't know this at all. Shit, she's younger than me. I liked her a lot. I didn't have any issues with her at all. Oh, man. That's sad. Sh Wasn't she really good friends with Uni too? Weren't her and Uni really good friends? Yeah, I know. I'm like, doesn't she have young kids too? Man, no, that really sucks. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about it. Just watching Johnny Depp and being in the hospital and doing hospital things. And see, that's why I'm in the hospital, you know. I shouldn't complain. Things could be worse. It's how I always feel. That's why, like, I try not to bitch. Trust me, I get to points where I truly bitch. Bombay and Corey. Poor. I feel bad for Corey. I like Corey. It's just not right. Doesn't matter because think about it. This place on here, some people will act probably completely out of character of who they are in real life. Hello, Emily. Nice to see you. Yeah, I didn't know. I love you too, Gemma. Having many C19 people having heart problems. What's C19? Oh, COVID 19. COVID 19. Man. Mm-mm. Um, I was in the emergency room for a really long time yesterday. And, well, yeah, Emily, I was telling them, I'll tell it again in a little bit, but I have a lump in my stomach and they don't know what it is. They had a CAT scan, still don't know what it is. So they want to know what it is. So I don't know what we need to do. So I have a feeling there's an endoscopy and all that kind of fun jazz coming my way at some point. So that means I'm going to probably be stuck here for the freaking weekend. And all I can have is fluids, clear liquids. That's it. Nothing else. But I didn't know about Midwestern Mary. Man, she was always nice to me. That was nice. No reason not to be nice to her. Mm, that's that one got me. That one kind of stumped me here. Yeah, me too, Nika. Because once they do, I can go home. I want to go home because I'm in Camden, New Jersey. There's like a fruit fly over here. Aw, thank you, Gemma. That would be nice. And you can always go in my about section if anyone ever wants to reach me. You can always reach me on Instagram. All I gotta do is go under Gingerlocks. Um, I have a public one, which is kind of private, really. It's all my friends and family and stuff. I don't care. Um, if somebody wants to follow me, look, I treat people the way I want to be treated, and that's just the way I'm going to move around in life. But yeah, so they found this lump. They don't know what it is. Had the CAT scan. They don't know what it is. Can't do an MRI. Um, so it was weird today because no one from gastroenterology came down. So I wind up calling my doctor and like, nobody ever visited me today in in the hospital, and I don't know then why I'm still here. So they wound up bringing the GI team in. I wound up having four doctors surrounding me and going, oh no, we need to get to the bottom of this. Good news is it's nothing probably extremely serious like cancer or anything like that, because that would show up in a CAT scan. And so what is it? We don't know. I don't know. So to keep myself occupied, which I've been doing anyways, following Johnny Depp Amber Heard. And what irritates me so bad is what is my thumbnail? The New York Post. Now, we spoke, or I talked to you guys on how I called the New York Post a couple of days ago. Um, Great. Thanks, Gemma. Sometimes I don't get there sometimes and I don't answer. I just got to remind myself sometimes. Yeah, no, it's nothing like to be, I think, real serious about, but it's definitely something that is concerning them. Let's put it that way. No, well, I do have a scar up here, um, but that doesn't explain why their whole side is a big lump. So that's kind of where we are. So back to Johnny Depp real quick. When I called the Post, it was just like the guy was like, don't blame us. We have nothing to do with it. So if the editor's desk says that they have nothing to do with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard, and that the people who are putting out the stuff is above their heads, why? Why Amber Heard? Why do you want to go after Johnny Depp? What's the reason of the New York Post to keep pushing the narrative that Johnny is this terrible person, when in actuality, speaking with the editor's desk, most people in there do not think that way. So there's somebody in there who is running that paper, who is ahead of this story, who is going from a completely different angle. So Rottenbaum was fucking, I'm sorry, asshole. He was an asshole. And I was like, Chatty, yeah, that's what I said the second time. That's the same signature I said the second time. It's the same signature I said. Yep. We still talking about the same signature? Yeah. I was like, go Johnny Depp. Go Johnny Depp. Yes. Get those little motherfuckers. That's how they're going to do this. They're going to be so shady, sneaky, and sly. Just you watch. Just you watch. Just you watch. And as I said, my sister, I got to see my sister in action a couple of times on 2020 and stuff like that. She's been on it before. Swear to God, she has been. And she's in a different kind of, she's not, she left her old ways of where she was of doing law and has now moved into, actually, she is a lawyer. She's an internet lawyer, believe it or not. My sister is an internet lawyer, but she's more an internet lawyer of like big time hacking and things like that. Not like YouTube bullshit. She's like, no, we don't care about YouTube bullshit. Like, yeah, I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would. Um, Here's the thing. When they agreed to that, and I guess he probably agreed when he was abusive, maybe he agreed that he was verbally abusive. I do not believe he was ever physically abusive with her or put her hands. She shit the bed. She did it. She did it. If you ever seen Pistol and Boo, Pistol and Boo are the dogs. The dogs are this big. That was not human. Or it was not Pistol and Boo. And if Pistol and Boo had only one place to go for 2 weeks, it still wouldn't be that large. Just saying. That's the truth. And then you got, like, the more repercussions didn't come out for Eve Barlow and Amber because they were passing notes to each other. She got, including the shady ass New York Post. I'm going to call them shady ass New York Post now. Shady ass New York Post, who actually put the girls' names in there. I'm kind of yelling. I need to bring it down a level. See, when I get angry and I get passionate, that's kind of what happens. It was part of the divorce. Neither could talk about it. Oh, but she could, because then she went to the places where they're wearing those pink hats, that I would never wear on my head. And how strong she is, how brave she is to come forward. And there's anybody who was here the other day, I put it on when she was on the German TV. When she was on the German TV, she said that, oh, I gave this much to the ACLU. I gave another certain amount to the Los Angeles Children's Hospital. And a couple of weeks ago, that umbrella guy, and he had the papers. They did not have her money as of, I think it was November of this year. So I don't know if she, if they somehow made up the payments, or she went running to Elon going, help me, Elon, which she could have. And I think Elon would have probably fell for her manipulative ways. Yes, I don't know. I don't know if they would. Oh, hey, Frozen Fury. I'm doing okay. Um, I look terrible. I have zero makeup on. Yeah, I have zero makeup on. She did, but now her past girlfriend doesn't want to say anything because she doesn't want to be involved in this. Can't say that I blame her. Can't say that I blame her. But if I don't know if Johnny's team were subpoenaing her or not. I don't know. But thank you, Frozen Fury. I'm hanging in right now. Um, this is what's keeping me going at the moment, because I don't feel like I'm, you know, in the hospital. Like, I only feel like, all right, I'm not dying. Like, we still don't know what it is. I still can't eat. Um, but I have my kid stuff keeping me occupied in my head. So I trust me, I'll be like, I need to be out by this date. I will be out by this certain date. Promise you. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. The cigarette burn. Seriously, do you think he cut his own finger off? No. And just like he said when he was on the stand, he's in his 50s. Nobody in his whole life has ever accused him of any kind of abuse. And he's like he said, now all of a sudden in my 50s, I hit Amber. Exactly. You were with Vanessa Paradis for 14 years. And she's like, absolutely not. He is not this person. And yeah, he may be a drunk. And I think he admitted to that. And yes, he was on a seriously high dose of narcotics. And I think he even said he's still on it, but it's prescribed by a doctor for what he needs it for. Let's face it, all these actors, especially ones that do physical stuff, you know, they got to be hurting when they get to a certain age, because your body's not meant to do all that shit. Ugh. I always get lost in hospitals. One turn and I'm no kid. I get lost in hospitals. Like, I came in here to go to the emergency room. Guy dropped me off at the main entrance. He's like, you got to go all the way down. I'm sitting here freaking grabbing the side of my stomach, walking all the way down by myself. And then I asked to sit in a wheelchair. The woman looked at me like, "Are you at?" whatever. So I go to check in. Thanks. I hope you feel better. Thank you, Hippy Dippy. I appreciate it. Uh, he is a gentle drunk. That's from what they're saying. Yeah, he was. So yesterday, real quick, I think I might have told you the story because I said it to somebody. So if I didn't say it, I probably told you the story yesterday if I was on here. And if I did, I apologize that I'm saying the same story twice. Um, so I'm down and I'm coming to check in. And there's a woman who's got an older man. She's a nurse, obviously. She's got black scrubs on. I'm standing behind her. She was standing behind somebody else. So there was quite a bit of a line. So she gets up to the front and I'm standing behind her. And she comes back and she leans back at me and she says, you know, and she says it a very, like, she's like, if you were standing in line um, and somebody was standing right behind you and they could hear everything, would you be upset? She's like, would you hope that they would step back or something like that? Girl, I didn't even know I didn't even realize she was even talking about me. And I said, yeah. And she's like, so could you step back? So I was just kind of like dumbfounded at first, like, I wasn't even standing that close to you. So the guy behind me goes, you didn't have to do it that way. And finally I was like, no, all you had to do was ask. You didn't even have to say please. You would say, could you please step back? I would have stepped back. I see I threw in please. Because I'm the one who will always say please. That's all she had to say. But no, she had to make like a little production of it. And yeah, she looked like an asshole in front of the four people who were behind me. So I didn't even have to say anything. The guy behind me said something for me. Hey, Paige. Oh, good. I'm busy in the kitchen. I wish I was home busy in the kitchen. No, that was nothing. That was actually quite funny. But like my husband's like, well, do you want to take care? I'm like, you know what? I'm like, keep my rings. I'm like, I don't like coming down to a hospital. This is in a bad neighborhood. The other hospital that I went to for my other stuff was in a bad neighborhood, but this is a better neighborhood, I think, than where I was before. Yeah, all she had to do was please ask. And then she says to the guy, "I did." No, I said no. That wasn't asking. That was kind of being rude. That's what that was. And I'm just nice. I'm not going to flip out on anybody. I'm like, it's not worth it. So I saw a lot of crazy shit though, being stuck in the ER, watching the ER. And I swear at one point I'm like, oh my God, I thought someone died. Uh, I think he was close to it because they wound up wheeling him past me after like all the craziness was going on. And he had a ventilator down his throat. I'm like, ooh, that makes me sad. But I saw a lot of people just like flipping out, screaming at each other. A lot of people about screaming in English, So it's even more interesting when you can't understand what they're saying. So there was one guy and he was awfully mad. But it was funny because being in the hallway, I got to meet a lot of people. They were nice to me. I got to meet a guy, and he was a firefighter over in Philadelphia. He was just doing this for a side job because he likes to be busy, So I've been keeping myself busy while I've been in here. That's for sure. Stood up for you. I'm sure that the other three behind him did too. I don't know what that is. Okay. But anywho, yeah. So the Johnny, Johnny is a very, I guess, he finds it hard to find the words to what he wants to say because he definitely stutters over his own words and maybe finds it hard to find the right word to say. I have that problem a lot. So I would understand if he had that problem. Um, Hi, Jonathan. How are you? I hope you've gotten some answers. No, no answers. I'm not sure if we spoke on that before I realized that you were love. What? Um, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with this here. If it was up to me, I would have never even come to the hospital. But my husband insisted that I call the doctor. And I said, doctor's going to just say the same thing. It's probably like gastroparesis. La, 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 la. Called the doctor. She's like, no, you need to go to the emergency room like today. That was Thursday night. I'm like, mm-mm. So I pushed it off to after Easter, as I said I was going to. And I had some lovely Easter pictures from it. I got some nice family pictures from like stuff that we haven't been able to get family pictures before. Have to go. I'm pet sitting. Oh, fun! The dog wants to go out. Oh, yippee! I like sitting for dogs, and they're nice, and they don't talk back. These doctors better. Well, you know what, Jonathan? Um, it was weird because I was talking to my mom today. She's like, well, and I asked the nurse yesterday. I said, well, the gastro doctor never been in here, and I called my gastro doctor, and they had said to me, well, we just want to let you know that we are a completely different entity than the hospital, so we can't make things work. I think that's a lie. Um, so I wound up asking my doctor if I could have someone from gastros come in. So one person came in, and I told them everything. They were like, okay. And they left. And then I had another doctor come in. I'm like, okay. So I told her everything. She left. So then this guy, the only thing I can remember is his name is Chris. So he was like the head doctor. So then I had four doctors in here all together, and they were all surrounding me. And he wanted to check out the stomach. And he's like, that's weird. I'm like, I know it's weird. He's like, no, like that's really weird. So I'm like, things you don't want your doctor to say. And he starts laughing. I'm like, well, what do you think? When you hear that's really weird. You don't want to hear your doctor say that about something. And I said that to him. He's like, oh, yeah, that probably doesn't sound very good for you either. I'm like, no. I said, but I know it's weird. Um, he's kind of good looking too. So he said, we're going to find out what it is, and they're going to take care of me. And Dr. Shaw, who is my doctor, is on top of everything. So I'm like, awesome, good, so happy. So I can't ask for more at the moment unless they were doing tests now. But you know, but it's a part. This is a part of my life, and it's something that I've accepted. I don't like it, but I've accepted it. Um, but the one thing, like I I make sure, and I'm going to make sure doubly sure that they know exactly what it is and what's going on, because I don't want to come back because their ER is the worst. Not because they have bad doctors or because they have bad nurses. It's because they have a bad setup. So if you come here and the place is completely packed, you have to, instead of being in a gurney or a bed or wherever you may be, they also have chairs. So there was a night, like the first night that I ever spent in this hospital, I had to spend it in a chair. Hold on. And they come in, they say your name. So yeah, this is what I've been living on. Good old strawberry jello. Some Shasta shit. Remember Shasta? Who knew Shasta was still around, right? Shasta was really big in the 80s. My mom and dad used to get Shasta all the time. So yeah, this is my dinner. Jello, ginger ale, apple juice, and lemon ice. I got to make sure the lemon ice isn't melted. Excuse me. As I push my neck up into the camera, I apologize. Um, Sometimes when I get these ices, but actually there's still frozen ice on top of it, so that's a good thing. You know what? Everybody here is really nice. I don't mind this, and I'm in my own room. So I couldn't even normally do this if I was in a normal regular room because I wouldn't do this because I think it would be weird for the roommate, like not wanting to be like, in the hospital on my video. Totally get that. So I'm happy that I'm in my own room. I would prefer my own room, but normally you have to have a double. But my nurse who looked like Lady Gaga, I'm not kidding you. She looked exactly like Lady Gaga. Um, she grabbed this room. She's like, I got it for you. I just like, I scored a good one for you, but what I didn't know what she meant was she scored a good one for me by getting me my own room. So I've been on for 41 minutes and I'm going to be getting ready to say goodbye. I appreciate everybody who came in. I mean, my God, I normally never have this many people in here and partying with me. But no, I didn't know about Midwestern Mary. That breaks my heart, man. That's mm. I would hate to say that I don't know the feeling of a loved one of that feeling because it happened to my best friend, who's like my sister, and Kevin, who was like a brother. Oh my God, he was such a torturous brother. Um, when he passed away, it was just shocking and the absolute worst. So I can't even imagine how they feel. You know, it's their mom. You know, she's got kids. That breaks my heart. With that, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. See, I may be in the hospital, but there could be worse things. There are a lot of people who are dealing with way worse than I am. So, love you all. Like Jonathan, thank you so much. Joy Lang, you're such a joy. You know that. Nika, thank you for being around. Hippy Dippy, everybody, Carla, Brian, thanks for coming in. Everybody, just thanks for coming in. Thanks for being kind and nice to each other in the chat. I appreciate that. Um, I will see you guys soon because I'm sure I'm going to get bored and I'll be back. Probably tonight, even. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows?